Hello, beautiful people. Look at them crow's feet. Fucking hell, getting old. Look at that. Not bad for 44, I think. 44. That's old. It used to be old. I don't think it's old anymore. If you think back to when you were younger, and you think like, so when you were 20, let's say when you were 20, some of you probably might be still 20, so when you were 10. And 50 used to be like old, or it's decrepit. But you think about it now, different age in it. People are different, people are living longer, generally healthy, I think. Well, people I know anyway. But anyway, how's everybody? Everybody okay? I'm playing with the deck of cards, not for any particular reason. So that workout, so some people will have been received a workout that I was giving out. Shout out to Lena. She sent that workout to me, so it was quite a good one. Just a random workout that you can do with the deck of cards. If you want it, just hit me up and I will send it to you. How are you doing? Everybody okay? Guess what I did this week? Nothing. Same as last week and the week before and the week before. Because it's that time. I can't even say it's that time of the year because it's just that time. Let's just say it's that time. The time of lockdown, the time of quarantine, the time of drinking a cup of tea. World's best dad. There was biased voting on that one because it was brought to me by my sons. So they kind of probably am the best compared to other ones because other ones don't do shit for them, do they? Only me. It was quite nice. I was just my neighbour popped her head with one of my other neighbours who hadn't really spoken to me. He's been here for like 3-4 years and we just like in passing saying hello and stuff like that, but never really spoken to me. He wanted to see something at lights and stuff like that we've got, and we just had a nice 15-20 minute chat in the drive, which was nice to have a chat with humans, entertaining them as they usually do, entertain people, making them laugh, cracking a few jokes only like I can do. Did swear a little bit, as I'm swearing a lot more lately. Not at the moment, for fuck's sake. Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know what it is. Maybe because I'm talking to myself more. I shouldn't talk to myself, but it's probably because I'm talking to myself more. I'm swearing a lot more physically. I do phone calls, I suppose, and there is a little bit of swearing on those, depending on who I'm speaking to. You should ring me up. I'm quite entertaining. More entertaining in voice than I am in message. And then extremely entertaining in person, as many of you know. It's not being arrogant, that's just telling the truth. But I am a talker. In relation to last week, when I was talking about contacting people and should I or shouldn't I, what should you do, what would you do, and some people came back to me. Shouts to anybody and everybody. I'm international followers. Yeah. So I've just decided to just fucking message anybody. I'm just message not anybody, just randomly. I'm just gonna type a number in and just message them, say hello, how are you? No, just everybody. I think it's best just to keep in touch. And you know what? There was a little bit of arrogance, I suppose, on my part, saying, well, message me. Well then, what's stopping me from messaging somebody else? Because it's not just me. Everybody's in the same, similar situations. But I like to keep the lines of communication open. Is the best way, I think. Then just options there. If you ever want to talk, if you ever want to just bullshit about something, yeah, I'm king of the bullshits. Hit me up. Is that my new line? Hit me up. I don't like it. Seems rude in some respects, but anyway, hit me up. Yeah. So, but it reminded me about the talking. It reminded me of a story from when I was younger, and it was I was telling somebody about. I think I was telling Cam about it the other day. That's why it's fresh in my head. But it was about me talking, and welcome to the dungeon. I never said, did I? It's a bit chilly. That's why I've got the coffee. Yeah, when I was younger, I think I was about, I would say 6, maybe 7, that sort of age. I hope this is not steaming up this mug. It just seems a bit out of focus. Apologies if it's out of focus, I don't know what's wrong with it. It'll focus me in at some point. It's a little blurry. Camera's clear. Anyway, Yeah, when I was, maybe it's because it's focusing on the mug. I don't know. I ain't no expert in this shit. But yeah, so I was probably about 5 or 6 years old, and it was like parents' evening, and I was clear again now. Yeah, parents' evening, and so parents. I think my sister went in as my elder sister. She would be able to corroborate this story. So they went in, and general. Oh, he's doing well there. The only thing we found that he was talking too much with the table that he was on, with all the boys at the table that he was on. So we thought, just to counter that, we'll put him on the girls' table. But the problem we found is that he's just talking to all the girls as well now. So, and you know what? There you go. It's not a new thing. It's a childhood thing. So I'm just like, I'll just talk to anybody, and many people that will know me, will know that I won't shut up. I'll carry on talking. Not just if you need somebody to fill the silence, I'm the man. Yeah. So that was a quite believable story from my youth. Yeah, it was quite funny because it was told quite a lot amongst the family. Like they moved him from the boys' table, put him on the girls' table. Carried on talking to the bloody girls as well, didn't he? And it wasn't like anything. It was literally, as far as I remember, I would talk to everybody in the same way. I mean, when you're younger, but you only talk. It's not like when you're older. It's different. When you're older, it's like you kind of understand conversation. You understand how to talk to people and what you can say and what you can't say to specific groups of people. Whereas when you're younger, you just talk about it's just kids stuff, isn't it? So you're just like and this and that and that. And it's yeah. I mean, so yeah. I was always quite proud of myself, and I don't know if anybody from school, from Regis times, listens to this. I don't know if anybody does. If they do, I like to think of myself that I was able to communicate across. There was no oh, these are the, as they would, like, if you're talking Americanisms, the geeks and the jocks, and I crossed all those borders, man. I talk to anybody. I just need people to talk to. That's all. Just give me a person. I mean, Ant, my main man, Ant. Hello. Sorry, Mom came in and she was doing I think she's making some dal. She was getting her bits and bobs for her dal. You know what dal is? It's not dal, because dal is dal. Somebody called me that once. Dal. Do I look like a fucking curry? Dal. See, with dal, I've got to think about names anyway. I mean, my name's not difficult to say, as you're aware, but people still struggle with it. And as I've told the story before, that they struggled so much with Dal, D-A-L. What's your name? Dal. Oh, right. Well, that's too complicated for me. I'll call you Dan. That's what happened. That's what happened when we were at the shop. They started calling me Dan because Dal was too difficult. Because that one letter, N and L, there's a massive jump in people's intellect, and it was too difficult. So I just became Dan. And then some people started calling me Daniel as well. So yeah, which extended your name. But what was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. This is the problem. Now remind me what I was talking about. I ain't going to stop and rewind just to see what I was talking about. So if it comes to me, it comes to me. If not, somebody will have to remind me. I'm looking at this fridge has got a stupid click. It's knackered, basically. I was just thinking when Mum was getting stuff out of it. The ice thing stopped working. I hate when things break down. But the ice thing isn't working, which in this weather it doesn't matter. And it works. It freezes normal. The fridge is fine. It doesn't damage anything. But the clicker where the temperature is, it just keeps. You can hear. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. And it can get a bit annoying. And the water still runs through it, and it's cold water. It's clear. It's clear. So I don't know, the ice thing stopped working, which is a bit annoying. But then it's been on for a while now. It just needs replacing. But we're thinking of getting some work done and kitchen done and stuff like that. So holding off doing things like that or changing big things like that until we can get that sorted. But yeah, anyway, I digress. I don't know what I'm going to digress to, because I don't know what I was remembering. But did the school thing, talking too much, entertaining, spoke to the neighbours, drinking a coffee. Communication. with everybody and anybody who wants to speak to me. I've got regular people that I message, obviously, but a message is only a message. You can only get so much depth in a message. You can't get the unless like there's some. But then I should finish my sentences. Yeah, I should have remembered something else. Gay, which is that's actually homemade. So it's like clarified butter. That's Punjabi cooking for you. See, this is the thing. This is the mistake that somebody can make. I mean, this is out of the fridge, but stuff like this is in the fridge. This is the old Indian thing. I've talked about it before. Not talked about it. I've mentioned it on my Facebook. I thought whatever. So this is the box. Yeah. So it's like soft scoop mint ice cream. Ooh, soft scoop mint ice cream. Oh, I could really fancy some mint ice cream. And you open it. What's the thing for this? And it's bloody. It looks like this looks like ice cream, but it's clarified butter. It's butter. It's melted butter. For fuck's sake! This is the disappointment that we face on a regular basis. I'm not going to say how long, but that's so you can have like, frozen bloody different lentil dal in there, or you can have saag in there. About saag in there, or you can have frozen chilies that they've got fresh chili and then minced them up. And then cube them and put them in to freeze them so you can just sort of take one out when they're making something, or when we're making something, or ginger as well in the same way. So that's the disappointment. There's rarely ice cream, but there's definitely stuff like that in there. That's not in the fridge. That's out of the fridge. It's cold. It's too cold to put in the fridge. You can just leave it out. It's cold enough, isn't it? But yeah, I don't know where I've lost myself again. Communication. So yes, talk. Yeah, messages. That's what messages are good, but you can't. I don't think you lose context in a message, so it's sometimes hard to convey what you're trying to say in a message. So what some people do is leave voice notes. Shout out who a regular voice noter is Tanika, and Lena does voice notes as well. Shout out Lena, who sends voice notes when she's got too much to say. I normally reply back with a video because and people have had videos from me, and people know who have had videos from me. Lovely me either walking videos or talk, or just I can't be asked. I'm just going to send you a video of me. I think they're better than voice notes. You can see my face then. Can't miss that. But yeah, then you got video calls, and I mean there's talky chats, dependent on the subject, dependent on who is or where you are in the conversation. So if you're starting it from a fresh conversation, it's always going to be the, oh yeah, well, okay, well, work's okay, and then you kind of have to work your way into the meat of the conversation, of what if somebody's not feeling well, if somebody wants to tell you something, or wherever, you need to work to that when you're starting fresh. When you're going from messages to conversation, so you've had some context in the message, but you need to find out more information, and then you go into a phone call, then you get a little bit more, because you can get more into the meat of the conversation. But it's hard to get to that, and if you want to say something, or if you want to get to something, it's difficult when you start a fresh conversation. That's why, and then it depends on the other person as well, how much they want to communicate. It's a very muddled world we live in at the moment. I mean, it was the same before, but I mean, at least you could arrange to meet somebody, or go and see somebody, go grab a coffee, grab a drink, or whatever. I remember when grab a drink used to be like grab a drink, and it was like, yeah, let's go to the pub. Now it's like grab a drink and be like, go grab a coffee. I'd rather have a drink. Oh yes, you'll appreciate. I've been saying to a lot of people recently that you'll appreciate it when you're allowed back in the pub. Just not to get hammered, and this is another point I'm going to get into. Not to get hammered, just to have just be nice, just sitting there with whoever you're going to be sitting there with, and just sitting back with your pint, just chatting shit and relaxing, and you think, and you look and you all appreciate it. Believe me, because it happened to me, and I've kept that appreciation. At the beginning of December, because we were lucky enough to be in tier 2, So we did go out for a drink. Me, Ant and Cam went out for a drink on Cam's birthday, and it was just nice, and it was nice just to sit at a place for an hour and a half, had a meal, had a couple of drinks, and it was like, yes, this is good, there's something to this, and I hope everybody will find an appreciation for the locals instead of going out to these like fancy bars. Yeah, I'm saying if you've got a good local, don't appreciate it. It's good to have them, and yes. So yes, I will enjoy going out for a drink with each and every one of you, especially you. What was I going to say? What did I say I was going to get back to? I love this. I was just say it to me, because essentially I am talking to just me. Say it to me, and like I'm going to answer back. What was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to get back. I just said I'm going to get back to this, and I can't remember what I was going to get back to. Anybody listen to any good music lately? There's not a lot come out really, is it? I did listen to quite a fun interview. I've said before, but Bill Burr, one of the podcasts I listen to, he on his Monday morning podcast on Thursday, he normally just does a solo thing, but he interviewed Wolf Van Halen, which Eddie Van Halen's son. I didn't know anything about him, and it seems like a really nice, good guy, man, good guy, and a really talented guy as well. He's just released an album, and he said he played all of the instruments on there, and he's like trying to. Obviously, he's talented. I listened to a couple of the songs, and they say obviously the rock, but sound good, man, sound good, and obviously difficult trying to get out of a sort of legendary shadow that he's trying to get out of, but he seems like a talent, and he seems like a good guy, though. That's the thing. The interview, because Bill Burr's Bill Burr, and he's not an interviewer, but he's like, it's like a nice conversation that they have, and he talks about stuff going on his, like, as he does, he talks about his stuff, and then relates it, because he's into drumming. He plays the drums, Bill Burr does, and he enjoys having a bash about on the drums, and then realises how he says he realises how rubbish he is, but he's probably quite good. But yeah, that was quite good. So that was an interesting, and it's just, I like listening to different types of music. It's nice. You can't just limit yourself to one type of music. I've gone through some classic old school Punjabi tracks recently, which were good. Fill me, make me warm, because it's just you can reminisce with those tracks. I remember that. I remember when that came out, and you remember the lyrics. I can't remember how. You realise how much you listen to some songs. Is that when? And I hadn't listened to some of these songs in years, and the lyrics were just like, oh shit, I know all the lyrics of this song. You don't want to hear me singing in Punjabi. It's not a good thing. You don't want to hear me singing generally. I've done karaoke before. If you watch one of mine and Ant's videos, he has put some of our karaoke in there. So you'll have to find it. I think it might be the third one. He's from a karaoke from his stag that we recorded. That was, yeah, that's about as good as it's gonna get. First time I ever did karaoke was in Delhi, in India, when we went to see my sister when my niece was born, and my brother-in-law had booked a little venue for. It was like basically booked the one part of a restaurant, which they had a karaoke bar in there as well for their anniversary, which was nice, and he invited a few friends, and then we got to meet these people, because we'd only been there, like, this is the second night we were there. We got to meet some of their friends and stuff like that, which was quite nice. And they're at the karaoke, and they opened the karaoke, and I did No Woman No Cry, Bob Marley. It was a good laugh. Got hammered, yeah, hammered. And then drank more when me and him got home. Broke the kitchen. We actually physically broke the kitchen. We broke the one of the marble worktops. Got bollocked by my sister in the morning as well. And both of us fell asleep on the sofas. He was brother-in-law, 6'3", 6'4" maybe, big guy, like fit big guy, but big guy, like, and he was asleep on the small sofa, and I was asleep on the big sofa. I always remember that when I think Mum woke us up in the morning. Is that what you two do here? We don't know. We know that we got a little bit drunk, and we flopped out on the sofas in the end. It's good times though. It's nice to have memories, isn't it? It's one of the best times I've ever had it in India over a consistent. There was days that I've had in India, which have been good, or a couple of days, or here and there. But that was consistently 10 days of consistent, brilliant time. Every day, it was just mental. I don't know why it keeps on going blurry. I think the focus is funny on it. But yeah, that was a fun time. Fun times I've had abroad. Because, I mean, there was a period of time from, I think the first time I travelled abroad was when I think they said it was like 1980. So I was about 4 years old, 3-4 years old. First time I went to India. And then since then, from then till at least, let's say, 2006, 2007, I'd never been to another country. And it didn't count of the plane stopping in another country to go to India, because I'd only ever been to India. And then I don't class, I mean, the first time I went away with like non-family trip was with the lads. We went to Dublin for a weekend, which was ace. Loved it. It was brilliant. Spent so much money, but it was such a good time. Because, in fairness, like I say, it was the first time I'd been away and a lads sort of weekend away, and it was just been drinking and wandering around the city. Went Guinness tour and stuff like that, all that sort of stuff, touristy stuff, plus the drinking on top. And then, but it was just a weekend, and then I think after that, I don't know whether it was after that or before that. But when the next lads one I went on was the Gran Canaria with my closest brethren, with the Wolverhampton boys. I will just say the Wolverhampton boys, even though people have moved in and around Wolverhampton now, or away from, like me. But that was 5 days to Gran Canaria. That was mental, crazy stories from there. It was a good time. Loved the time. Love spending time with them boys, which I miss, which will be great to be able to do that again. Then I think we went to, as a family, with my sister as well, and my nieces, went to Barcelona, which was really good. I enjoyed Barcelona. That was what's it called? The Basilica. I always forget the name of it, and I look it up and oh yeah, it's that. But yeah, that was breathtaking. And literally breathtaking in terms of, I walked in and it actually took my breath away, because that was a mental. It was just crazy. Just the design of it. But I love the design. That's what I like. I mean, I think my main man Adrian Edmonds from Birmingham told me to look out for the architecture, because he's well travelled. It's all Gaudi, isn't it? And I did love Barcelona. Just the atmosphere was really good. Nice weather as well we had there. And like having the villa just outside of Barcelona, just outside the city, not outside. It was in Barcelona, but it was just outside the main. So we just drive in every time we visited. It was ace. Loved it. Really nice time. And got to see a lot of, like, the touristy stuff. But it's like Barcelona. What else you gotta see all that stuff. It's like, I'd like to go again. That'd be a nice place to go again. Yeah, went there. Went Tenerife. They see that when I started traveling. The last time I went to India was like 6 years ago, and then after that I've travelled to different places, and I've loved these different places. Family wise, I've travelled to, obviously, India, Barcelona, Tenerife, went to Portugal. Where did we go in Portugal? I can't remember. But whenever we went to Portugal, that was nice. I enjoyed that. It was out. The only problem was, it was because we went for my son's birthday. It was his 18th, and it was out. So it was out. It was at the end of the season, because it was October. So that was the only problem with it. It was like, so it cooled down a bit. It wasn't cold, but it was cooled down a bit, and it was like end of season, so there was not a lot going on. Still enjoyed it. I mean, we went for a week. We enjoyed ourselves, and it was nice place, nice hotel and stuff like that. But it would have been nice with a bit more. If there was more going on, there's more atmosphere. You enjoy it more. You get to meet more different types of people as well. I outdrank a Dutch family that were there on my first night. That's what you do when you're all inclusive. But I went to Future Ventura as well. That was nice as well. That was a nice place as well. But that was kind of, the season hadn't kicked off. That was at the beginning of the year, so the season hadn't kicked off yet. So I kind of and But it's not. I like to say it's just traveling to different places. You kind of see different cultures and different, and it's nice to see that. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with India. India, the good thing with India is that it's so vast that it's nice. I mean, the last time we went there, we travelled and we went to different places, and it was nice because we saw different parts of it that we never saw before. But there's so much, like it's crazy the different places and cultures and stuff that's going on there. So there's still more investigation to do over there, but it's getting the time, isn't it? That's the thing. And not getting the time to get on holiday, getting the time when you get there because you've got family and stuff like that. So you've got to kind of knock all that out of the way in like 2 or 3 days, and then go and do what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, you're on a holiday. You've spent a lot of money, and you want to enjoy yourself, and that's what a holiday should be. I like to travel, and I like to travel when and explore, but I also want to chill as well and relax. So a nice like cool kind of all-inclusive beach. I know that sounds fucking amazing to everybody at the moment, but you know what I mean. Just like just to chill out, relax, and take the time, take the day in, and yeah. So there's many places I want to go. The last place I went was I was meant to go to Poland last year, but that was during lockdown, just as lockdown kicked in, and they cancelled all the flights. That was for Manny's 21st. Shout out to Manny. We're still going to do his 21st birthday, even though he's going to be 22 next month. But we're going to do his 21st birthday, and we're going to go away for his 21st birthday. Well, he'll just probably be 23 by the time we get around to it. But yes, that was a bit. Yeah, prior to that was Prague with them boys as well. That was amazing. Prague was an amazing trip. So many memories from Prague. I'd love to go back there again and again and again and again. Budapest was good, but depends on the company as well, innit? Got to have the right company to go to the right places. I suppose I have to go to Germany at some point as well. I don't know why. Oh, it's Germany. It's full of Germans. How about we all go to Prague? No, the reason there's many reasons, but it's nice to see the city in a non-drunk setting, if you know what I mean. Going on stags like Budapest, going on a stag is amazing, and we did see many parts of the city, but there's so much more to see. So when you're on a stag, it's kind of it gets mixed up. Let's say you're not through clear glasses. I did see a lot of Prague as well, but there's a lot more to see. But I also want to travel to. There's loads of places. There's so many places. There's so many interesting places to visit and see. I've never been to France, for fuck's sake, and that's just there. Let's get my directions right. I think it's over there. So yeah, there's loads of places to see. Paris would be. I know a lot of people bullshit shit on Paris, but it's still a place that you want to see. I mean, so you can get the context of the shitting on Paris. I think it's because it's just like. I think it's been done by. I hate when people do that only because they've done it. They're shitting on it, saying you shouldn't go. Why shouldn't I? I want to know what it's like, so I can. If it's shit, then I'll know it's shit. I don't want to take your opinion of it being shit. I like a lot of things that people don't like, but I still like to see them. Give me a chance. Like Rome, I'd love to see Rome. Oh, it's really expensive. So is every other fucking city. It's like, which city is not expensive? And it's also the context of expense. Something that you might find expensive, I might think, okay, that might be, and vice versa. So I'll only know by experiencing it. Don't try and take my experiences away from me. All right. Need to finish this. I was going to finish that when I finish this. Yeah. So and to all those internationals, you should come to England. It's quite nice. Some nice places here. The Wrekin. No, England is it's got some lovely places in England. I've never been to Scotland. That's how well travelled I am. So yeah, I want to go to Edinburgh. There you go. Decision made. I'd like to go and see Edinburgh because I want to go to the comedy festival in fairness, but I don't know when that's going to start again. I've been wanting to go to the comedy festival for ages, so that'd be nice to be able to do that. But yeah, in And I don't want to. That wasn't a word. That was just a soundy word. That wasn't anything. Ooh, burps. So that has officially finished. So I hope everybody's okay. I'm just going to shuffle this deck of cards. And if you ever want to talk, I'm here to talk or message, or as I call myself sometimes, a verbal punch bag, because it also helps me as well. So yes, I hope you keep well, keep in touch, and I will be back soon. Bye bye.